I used to work about 45 to 50 hours a week. I had a really good salary. I had a really good position, but I was burnt out. On the weekends, all I wanted to do was probably drink alcohol, smoke a blunt, and just be obliterated because I was so stressed. That whole lifestyle of mine changed. Here in Medellin, traded money for time. I've had a lot of time to invest in myself, reflect on like where I want to go and where I want to be. So I'm Rebecca. I have been living in Medellin for 6 years. I'm originally from New York City. My parents are Colombian. My mother is from Cartagena and my father is from Cali.
What spurred the move?
Corporate burnout.
Corporate burnout, really? Yeah. What were you doing in New York?
I was working for an insurance brokerage company.
I actually worked in an insurance office one time and it was super boring.
It was boring and stressful and, you have to work with deadlines and, the money is good, but I don't know if your mental and emotional health are worth all that.
So how long did you work the corporate life?
So I was a school teacher 5 years, and then I went into corporate, and then I came back to teaching.
So that's what you do now here is teaching.
When I first got here, I was so burnt out. I actually took a year sabbatical. I just did nothing and chilled for a year. I knew a couple of people here in Medellin and they started recommending jobs to me. I actually met somebody that was working in an insurance brokerage and she recommended me to her agency, but cultural clashes. Yep. It's different when you come from a United States corporate environment to a Colombian corporate environment. Like the interview questions, are you married? Do you have children? And that's how I kind of made catharsis with letting go of my corporate life.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to have a boss anymore. I didn't want to get observed. So somebody recommended a learning platform called Cambly. It was perfect at the moment, and it still is, because I'm able to make my own schedule. I don't have to ask for permission. I could go online whenever I want, and I could just move around. You know what I mean? I'm not stuck. So yes, it's not the highest paying job. They pay $10 an hour. I'm trying to do something different in Colombia. I'm not trying to live the New York City lifestyle in Colombia.
So if someone's looking to teach online, how would you recommend that they find a platform to teach on?
I didn't do too much searching. There are other platforms I know, there's Preply, there's italki, and there's Cambly. Those are the three that I know.
Are they kids or adults?
No, I don't teach kids. I don't have patience. So it pays more, but I'm not willing to make that sacrifice.
I see. So, okay, so that's good advice. If you do want to make more, look for the platforms that teach kids. But if you want to make less, but have more sanity.
Yes.
So you've been here for 6 years. Tell us what are some of the great things about living here? Hey guys, I've been living full-time in Medellin since 2010, and I've got 3 solutions for you. Number 1, if you're a tourist, it doesn't matter if it's a first-time visit or a repeat visit, check out the Medellin Made Easy course. It's the most complete guide for a short-term visit. It'll make your visit awesome. It's got my top restaurants, my top tours, things to do in the city and the surrounding area, and important things like requirements for entry, where to stay, and safety tips. Number 2 is the Medellin Masterclass. If you're looking to relocate to Medellin, it's the only course of its kind online. It's for people that are serious about moving to Medellin, whether it's part-time or full-time. You'll learn everything from your visa options, taxes in Colombia, to how to buy a property. On top of that, you get access to our private community of people that have taken the course that are either living here now or preparing to move here so you can network. And number 3, if you're looking for an apartment, my real estate company can help you find it. There's a link to a form in the description below. You fill it out and we start working for you. Now back to the video.
So the best thing about living in Medellin is that nobody asks me where I'm from. In New York or in the United States, identity politics are huge. Where are you from? Oh, and then what's your name? How are you doing? And I struggled with that a lot in my life. Not being able to say that I was American because, who do you think you are? You're denying where you come from. You're denying your roots. Con esa cara de hispana y latina que tienes que americana. On the Colombian side, it's oh, I'm Colombian. And they're no, you're not. You eat cereal for breakfast. What are you talking about? The second biggest thing I would say is time. I feel in New York, it's all about the hustle, right? It's all about working. I used to work about 45 to 50 hours a week. I had a really good salary. I had a really good position, but I was burnt out. So like on the weekends, all I wanted to do was probably drink alcohol, right? Like to like ease off the edge or like smoke a blunt and like just be obliterated because I was so stressed. And it's ironic, right? Because like that whole lifestyle of mine changed here in Medellin where like, you know, you party every day, traded money for time. I've had a lot of time to invest in myself and like, you know, reflect on like where I want to go and where I want to be.
And do you see yourself growing in Colombia and Medellin, like being here long term?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here for 6 years. I would like to have this be my primary residence. I go to New York at least twice a year to visit my family, to visit my mom.
Yeah.
Colombia is definitely where I want to be.
One of the things that people ask on the channel a lot is their budget. Would they be able to live on $1,500 a month? What would you say about that?
I think it depends on the lifestyle that you want to live and what your objectives are. So if it's important for you to eat out at like fancy restaurants, you know, 3 or 4 times a week, if you're going to Uber everywhere, if you have to live in El Poblado or Laureles or, you know, even some parts of Berlin, then absolutely you have to come prepared for that. And Medellin right now is going through like a huge tourification, gentrification. So like prices are really definitely getting up there. It's not as cheap as it was when we first got here. Before you make that move and decide that this is where you want to live, I think that you have to ask yourself some serious questions like what kind of lifestyle you want. And actually, you know what? Learning Spanish goes a long way, you know, like learning the culture, learning the language. It goes a long way.
Learn Spanish, figure out what kind of lifestyle you're going to have, and obviously figure out your budget out here. All right, let's get on to the next question. So you've been here for 6 years. What are some of the crazy things that have happened out here?
So the first challenge has been safety. I don't feel comfortable walking out with my cell phone out, you know, like texting my friend. I'm walking down La Avenida del Poblado, I'm running late, let me text my friend. Like I always feel like I have to be like on the lookout, you know? If I want to buy an iWatch or if I want to buy like something really cool that like I want to wear, like I have to think about that and like think about where I'm going to wear it.
Right. Have you ever been robbed out here?
Never. Nothing has ever been taken from me. I've never been robbed.
Why do you think that is? Because some people come here and like the first week they get robbed.
I believe in luck.
Okay.
Number one. And number two, like, yo no ando dando papaya. Like, I'm not out in the street with my iPhone. I don't have, like, I'm not a very flashy person. I'm not out here to show off, you know? So I think that that definitely plays a role.
That's actually really good advice. Don't come out here to show off. Don't give papaya. It's not the safest city in the world, but as long as you take precautions, and you're lucky. I've been here for 14 years. I've never been robbed on the street, never even been pickpocketed.
You know, the catcalling is annoying.
The catcalling, more than just an irritation. It makes me angry when I hear that. I always wondered, what if the girl like turn around and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" What they would do? They'd run away. They'd be so scared.
Dating has been a challenge.
It's challenging. Why? Tell us about that.
You know, I'm from New York, right? I'm a New York City girl. I come from a matriarchy, right? Independent, and I have opinions, and men in Colombia are not used to that. Like a woman, like knowing what she wants, you know, knowing where she wants to go. I'm always around artists, you know, I'm always, you know, here or there. And like that makes people feel insecure. Dating has definitely been a challenge.
So are you single? Are you married?
We're talking.
You're talking. Okay. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works.
I don't know.
So apart from your online teaching and anything else that you've got going on in your life, what is your primary project? What is something that illuminates you and your passion?
So I have a project called Colombian Jukebox. It is a space dedicated to culture and independent music made by Colombians. A lot of the expats in Colombia were just wondering what else they could listen to. Colombian Jukebox is a blog. Talk about my experiences and all of like the cultural things that are happening in Colombia. I travel sometimes. I'm documenting some things also. If you are interested in learning more about culture and independent music made by Colombians, go ahead and follow Colombian Jukebox.
So since you're in the music world here, what are like, let's say 3 big music festivals in all of Colombia that you should go to?
Yeah, so the first one I would recommend is Estéreo Picnic, which is held at the same time that Lollapalooza is being held in South America. So when Lollapalooza is happening in Brazil, Chile, Colombia is having Estéreo Picnic. There's a lot of the same artists. Like they share the bill with a lot of the same
where's
artists.
that?
In Bogota. That's in Bogota.
Stereo Picnic in Bogota.
Yes.
Make sure to check that out.
In Medellin, there's Altavoz, and that's more of an indie scene, local indie artists, maybe some international artists also. And on a cultural level, El Petronio in Cali, that happens in August every year. That is out of this world.
I've never heard of Petronio. So that's like local, like folk music?
Yes, from El Pacífico de Colombia.
Okay. I've never been to Stereo Picnic. We have to go one of these years.
Yes.
All right, we got our muffins here. Let's give these a try. Which one did you get?
I got a yuca y coco.
Oh man, that is so good.